Okay, so for week 11 of winter anime, so the anime season has finished up. We had so many bangers this week, so yeah, just like so much high quality, great finales, and just like, insane shows in general this season. So yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen finished up. The Culling Game's finale, we just wrap it up with a massive fight. I'll talk about it. Frieren also finished up. It was chill, doing more adventures up north, and also, yeah, setting up the Golden Lands. Sentenced to be a Hero, it's kind of dark and sad. I was expecting like the developments here, but yeah, what a great way to end the season. And there's going to be a season 2. Oshinoko's also finishing up, so yeah, we had an hour-long finale. I liked it as well. Some other shows keep going. Fire Force, we don't have the finale yet, one more episode, but yeah, some great escalations as gods are just fighting. So I'm gonna quickly talk about some shows that aired this week. Let's get started. So for Jujutsu Kaisen, we have the Culling Game Part 1, Episode 12. We finished up the season. So yeah, we have to wait for a Part 2. But yeah, we end the season on a 4-way fight. It just felt so hectic and insane. The animation did deliver. Just like rapid action, like characters moving to different environments, throwing each other, everyone participating. I thought it was well done. And yeah, basically it's all about Yuta. So yeah, he had one episode by himself. They had to extend it to 28 minutes. So it's similar to like the Maki episode pacing. So yeah, Yuta fights 3 other special grades here and just like a 4th one that he off screen. So yeah, those Druve. They kind of reanimated him, like kind of slashing him with the stadium and giving us his motivation where he wants to do everything himself. He needs 400 points, make new rules. So yeah, Yuta's going around the Sendai colonies, like racking up some points. He killed Druve and now a bunch of cockroaches are attacking him. So the first fighter is Kuroishi. So he's just like a giant cockroach spirit. He looks like very scary and gross. So he summons just like a wave of cockroaches. Yuta has like a lot of civilians he's taking care of. So he has them kind of run away while he's taking care of everything. He has Rika protect them. So yeah, it's just Yuta soloing. He also doesn't want to use reverse curse technique because he doesn't want the other people to see him use it. So he's fighting Kuroishi kind of nerf, but basically just like insane first part of the fight. Just like him destroying like giant cockroaches or just like encroaching him, surrounding buildings, eating people alive. And then Kuroishi as well has like this kind of insane sword as well that just shoots cockroaches. But Kuroishi just like surprises him, blinds Yuta with another technique, and then they have like a sword face off. And then Kuroishi actually like kind of gets Yuta in the stomach. He's injured. He's about to eat Yuta, but Yuta's kind of just like pretending, and then he just like kisses Kuroishi. I feel like I'm butchering his name. It's Kuroishi. No, it's Kuru Urushi. But I'll just call him the cockroach spirit. But yeah, anyway, he's dead. Yuta puts reverse curse technique through his mouth and then yeah, explodes him. But then yeah, it was so funny seeing Yuta kiss a cockroach. This dude has been putting the moves on curse spirits. So yeah, he's a big lover boy. I liked also like the love beam they brought back at the end of this episode I'll talk about. But yeah, basically more people come in. Now it's Uro. She's kind of like this naked lady that can fly through the sky really easily. Just like teleport around you, and you can't really hit her because she like curves your hits. So she kind of launches Yuta into a museum, and yeah, they're kind of like fighting there. We see Yuta trying to talk to her, like you're reincarnated and you're just like killing people. Is that how you want to live your life? Don't you have anyone that like you care for, like a friend or a lover? And then Uro gets kind of mad. Yuta's trying to like talk down to her, trying to say like your way of life is dumb. And she also sees that Yuta might be related to like some of her oppressors in the past. So yeah, she just like attacks Yuta again, chokes him out. And then Ryu shows up. So yeah, this dude with the pompadour hair, and he shoots his granite blast, or also it's like granite blast. Like there's like a dessert called a granite because this dude's like into his desserts, but I'm gonna just call it granite blast. But yeah, now it's like a 3-way fight here. Yuta just like running up on him, and then they go like kind of face to face because yeah, Yuta also wants to protect people from the stadium. There's like civilians here, so he doesn't want Ryu to just like randomly fire cannons and cause casualties. So basically yeah, the fight continues. I've been rewatching this fight because it's like so hype, but yeah, they just go to like different areas. They're fighting in this train area, and then Ryu just like shooting beams like in different forms. Ryu kind of knocking Yuta down through buildings. Yuta just like throwing a train at Ryu, and also having like a lot of weapons he's imbuing to like kind of deflect the blasts. So Ryu's curse technique seems like very simple, just like, big laser beam. He can shoot it off through his hair. And then Uro also just like shows up in the fight again. I love how they directed just like each character kind of surprising you. So yeah, it's not really a 1v1 at all times. And then yeah, Yuta's finally tired after tanking so many hits. His arms are burning from like trying to palm one of Ryu's beams. And also Uro hits him with a thin icebreaker. So yeah, what does he do? He summons Rika. He puts the ring on. They had the manga art for it. It was pretty sick. And then he has like this new ability. We have no idea what it is. But yeah, it seems like new form of Rika because it looks like movie Rika. She passed on. She was way too overpowered. But this Rika, they nerfed it a bit. So it's only 5 minutes, a full connection with Rika. And in this version, she has like a bunch of curse tools she can give you. She also gives you like a lot more energy. And yeah, Rika herself is more powerful. So those 3 things helping Yuta in this fight. So yeah, his energy is kind of replenished now after healing so much. And yeah, he can also use his copy technique again. Rika. So Rika has like all the techniques inside of her, so he can only use it in this 5 minutes. He starts using the cursed speech technique. It was sick. No one expected it, and he froze Uro, punching her finally. Ryu shows up. He's like kind of fighting Rika, fighting Yuta hand to hand, throwing more beams. It was so cool. Again, like everything in this fight was insane. It had the anime glow up. So yeah, you know, these characters were not doing this in a manga, but it was like a creative way to kind of like extend their powers. It seemed like logical. It's not really like fan fiction. It's just like the anime is like adding these scenes, kind of enhancing these fights. And basically it finally ends up in the 3-way domain expansion. So all 3 of them got domains, Yuta as well. So this is the first time we're kind of seeing his. We don't see it actually. Hiro Urushi, the cockroach, he's here. So he actually duplicated. He has a second body. So he invades the domain and the domain just like explodes. It was too unstable. We did get previews on what their domain looks like. So yeah, I like that. Ryu's look like fireworks. And Uro's kind of look like ceremonial, like kind of like veils and fire. And then Yuta's is a bunch of rectangles. Who knows what that is? But yeah, you know, some teasers there. Basically, after their domain, everyone's like tired. Their abilities get burnt out. So yeah, the cockroach comes in, attacks Uro, like gets her arm. Yuta actually kicks Uro as well. And then Ryu puts his cannon on Uro and the cockroach. So yeah, Uro just like got destroyed. It looks like she was a bit annoying to deal with. Everyone getting their attacks deflected by her. So now she's taken out of the fight. Now it's time 1v1 Yuta versus Ryu. He's obsessed with dessert because, you know, his life, he felt like a little bit empty, where it was nice, but he needed that like extra finisher maybe. So yeah, like his fight with Yuta is just dessert basically. And yeah, it keeps going. They throw beams at each other, just like Dragon Ball Z. Yuta's love beam against Ryu's like max output granite blast. And this shit was also insane because Yuta, he didn't really like or care about fighting, but also he saw Ryu's like longing, like his need for dessert. So he like participates in the beam struggle. He's like, I'll do it with you. Max output versus max output. It looks like Ryu's beam won, but then Yuta kind of goes around him. Rika fires another beam. So yeah, like so much shit is happening. Also the opening is playing ISO as all of this is going on. So yeah, I like that as well. Just like hype anime moments over here in this final episode. And then basically Ryu tanks Rika's beam, fires a beam at Yuta, but Yuta's technique is back. So he's able to copy Uro's technique of sky manipulation and then reflect Ryu's beam up to the sky. And basically they gang up on Ryu again. So yeah, him and Rika just like hitting him with their abilities. He looks to be finally taking a lot of damage, but then Rika's connection is finally over after 5 minutes. So now Ryu just like hits them again. He still has like some energy left. So yeah, they go hand to hand. This is also like the kind of final dessert scene where he was like so satisfied with this fight that there was so much extra. So yeah, there was like a sick hand to hand just like exchange with him and Yuta. Yuta dodges one of his punches and then grabs him because their granite blast that Ryu hit that got reflected, it's coming back down. So yeah, he gets hit by his own ability. The fight is over. So yeah, insanely long fight. Yuta didn't kill any of these guys because he wanted their points. I guess he made friends during this fight. It felt like very intense though. So much shit happened. And yeah, we end the episode. Yuta got his 190 points. I like the way they ended it as well because yeah, we get previews of season 3 part 2, I guess. There's like other characters going on. We see Hikari. We see Angel carrying Megumi's like dead body. And then we see Yuji running with the comedian, Takaba. We don't see Higuruma again. That's kind of sad. But yeah, we see all these other characters, Maki there as well. It's like basically a previews for season 3 part 2. I guess that's why they wanted to end this with Yuta's fight. They don't want to make it like a 2-episode kind of cliffhanger. So yeah, I thought the pacing, it was super ambitious, but they did it well. There was some dialogue parts they cut. And a lot of like the fighting was like kind of quick where we like kind of switch backgrounds again and again. But I think that was fine because it was like a 4-way fight. So, you know, we end the season, directed super well, and yeah, that's it for Jujutsu Kaisen season 3 part 1. I think we have to wait until the winter at least. It's not confirmed for Culling Games part 2. We'll see, but yeah, you know, 2027 eventually it'll come out. Probably more characters there. Hikari's fights I'm super hyped about because yeah, his shit is insane. Probably gonna be so wacky to animate. And then yeah, you know, my opinions on the season, I thought it was like a really good season. Just like every episode looked artistically well done. There's like an insane amount of quality. We're so spoiled that they're doing this for Jujutsu Kaisen, but you know, it kind of lends itself to be able to be enhanced like this. There's like a lot of fights every episode, like each story, just like people kind of like character develop through fights. I do have some issues sometimes. The Maki episode had just like terrible pacing and a lot of like bad directing decisions. So yeah, that was like the main sour point for me because like I'm just biased. I like the Maki perfect preparation arc in the manga and in the anime, like the fighting was good. Like people think episode 4 was one of their favorites, but yeah, just like had a lot of like small things that I didn't like. But basically episode 12 was really insanely well done. I don't really have any complaints about it at all. Also, after that, we have Sentenced to Be a Hero. We have episode 12. I want to talk about it because I love this episode. I love the end of the season. Just like so Kivia, spoilers, she gets turned into a hero because she kills her uncle who was like working with the demons. He was like the head of the knights. So yeah, I expected something like this to happen to Kivia. Maybe not this soon, but yeah, I guess they needed some type of cliffhanger there. Because yeah, like she's just way too good in the show. Like everyone's an asshole to heroes. She's like the one kind of good-hearted person that's like in a leadership role. I thought something would go wrong. Either she would die or she would be a hero, but I didn't expect her to be a hero this soon. So that's gonna be crazy. We had such a tense face-off here. Basically, she kind of like grills her uncle. So we see, yeah, they defeated Boo Jump. He's still alive. He's just like walking away. So he might be growing, getting more dangerous in the future. So yeah, we don't really get closure on him. But yeah, we also see Spriggan. So yeah, they kill him. So he's in like the body of like the little girl. She tried to kind of attack Teritsa, but then all the other heroes are coming in. We see the Kazuma guy, he's just like sniping her. So yeah, she kind of runs in a sewer, and then Rhino shows up. We see Rhino. He's a demon. He's a hero demon. That's so weird. That means people know like who he is. The thing is, he's like a psycho demon. He likes to kill his own kind. It looks like that's why he's a hero, because all these heroes are heroes because they know the secret about humans and demons, them working together. So yeah, I guess if you're a threat to demon kind, you become a hero. Like if you know too much or they want to frame you. So yeah, Rhino, he's just obsessed with killing demons. That's why he's a hero. I still have a lot of questions because they explained the hero mechanic, how to become a hero. It's like the power of like one of the goddesses, but they didn't explain why they're doing it, because surely they don't want people to fight back against the demons. But I guess they want it as like eternal punishment for them for some reason. So yeah, I still have more questions on why they're doing this hero system in the first place, because if their end goal is to just like destroy humanity, why even have the heroes? But yeah, they might explain more because there's a season 2 confirmed. But yeah, after that, you know, Rhino beats Spriggan. After that though, Kivia interrogates her uncle. She's with one of her knight compatriots, so yeah, it's like 2v1. And then he says, yeah, he's working with the demons. The reason he's doing it is because they're gonna eventually take over the world. There's like no other choice. They're just way too powerful. They're just infinitely spawning. So some humans can like have a treaty with them, and then they'll save us. They'll save them and their family. So yeah, he wants to protect Kivia, but yeah, he wants to sacrifice everyone else. That's what like all the higher ups, I guess, have in mind. I don't think this will work out in their favor anyway. So yeah, he's like betraying humanity. Kivia is so mad because she likes to protect everybody. She sees the good in people. She doesn't want to sacrifice anybody. That's just like her character throughout the anime. So she's just like so shocked, sad, betrayed. There's so much emotions on her face. I would need her to lock in, but I don't blame her for being like a bit hesitant. Because her uncle's just like moving around, like he's gonna fight back. So yeah, they shouldn't have let him fight back, but yeah, again, like Kivia's emotions are like flowing through her, she can't think straight. And then basically, yeah, the uncle, he has like this secret like magic tool, this knife, and then he almost kills Kivia. She has like this sword up to his neck, but then her partner saves her. He gets like cut in half, like his face is just like destroyed and gone, and Kivia turns the knife back into him and stabs him in the neck. The problem is, yeah, everyone sees this and they don't believe her. They think she murdered her uncle for clout. She was jealous of his status. So yeah, she gets put into jail, and now her only choice, either die or be a hero. She decides to be a hero. They explain the kind of process, and they explain that like it's limited the amount of heroes they can have because the goddess, like, it fills up her book. So Kivia seems to be like the last hero available. It's not really easy to be a hero either. You have to kill yourself. You have to cut your neck off. I guess that's why they have like all the markings on their neck. And yeah, we kind of end the anime there with Kivia slicing her neck off. I have some questions though, again. So these two people recruited her to be a hero, but then in Xylo and other people's case, they had like a court system around them. So yeah, why is it different for Kivia? Why are these two people recruiting her to be a hero instead of like having a court case? So yeah, I'm not really sure how it works, but yeah, like this last episode of this season was just insane. I love how it kind of wrapped everything up in like this first part of the story. There was a lot of exposition throughout the season. The first episode was like an insane high quality banger, but yeah, but after that it was just like random monster fights as the heroes are like saving people. We meet more charismatic heroes. Each of them are like very likable, and then yeah, they're just like sent off to like impossible missions. It's gonna be insane to see like Kivia meet with Xylo and them in the same status position. Like I don't know how I'm gonna deal with that. I also want to see like if Kivia has a new kind of like hero design. I'm sure she does, but basically it's just like the heroes fighting monsters and no one really dies throughout the season, so it seems pretty chill so far. Again, like nothing too big happened. Also after that we have Frieren Beyond Journey's End season 2 episode 10. I'll keep this kind of quick, but yeah, another chill episode. episode. Frieren continuing her journey up north with the squad. Us getting more Himmel flashbacks. Here, the first one, they kind of like go through a canyon and they can't fly over it because there's monsters and heavy winds. So they kind of like go around for a path. And they see there's a bridge here. It's made by a dwarf that Frieren met on her like first adventure. So yeah, like she knew there was a bridge being built here, but yeah, now it's actually finished. She didn't hear any news about it because there's monsters like kind of surrounding the bridge. But basically, yeah, we get some backstory on this bridge, and then Frieren deals with the monsters with the party. So yeah, we deal with that story, and then we continue on, and then we go to like this tourist town where they're kind of just like holy stone crystals around the area that are just like kind of rare minerals that are used for potions. So yeah, Frieren's party is poor, so yeah, I guess they want to get rich quick scheme. I was hoping to do something different maybe instead of like monster fights. Like maybe they set up shop and try to trade and barter. But yeah, they go on another like kind of monster killing trip and make kind of like a barrier to like preserve the area so no one like mines the crystals. So yeah, they fight the monsters, this giant snow wolf with like 3 tails. It's pretty vicious. It's able to detect mana, so they're not able to blast it. Like I think this got the anime glow up because Fern and Frieren are blasting it with magic. It's dodging everything. So yeah, the way they beat it is that Fern flies really high up, so high her mana won't be detected, and then Frieren and start kind of like lure the wolf into like this big area, and then finally Fern does her like quick orbital laser, beats the wolf. So yeah, another fun fight to kind of end off the season. However, there's like a whole pack of wolves here. They had to go through all that effort to be one. There's like 100 of them, and then that's when the army kind of comes through to help them. So they all kind of like pile on the wolves and they run away. So yeah, job all done, and then they see like a great sight here where there's like the sunrise and all the snow crystals showing up. Frieren was also here back then 100 years ago. So yeah, just like a sick view. Just like reminds me of when I went to Iceland and I saw like these glaciers. That's the kind of like attraction I felt like watching this episode. So yeah, they preserved this kind of like glacier area, and then Fern and Sturk are just like talking. Fern talking about how Heiter protected her, stuff like that. So yeah, cute adventure. We keep going north. It looks like next arc will be the Golden Lands. We'll see. But yeah, season 3 is confirmed 2027 fall. So yeah, October, look out for that. It's gonna be hype because yeah, like it's the Golden Lands. There's a 7 sage here. He's the last one. His name is Mott. And then yeah, I think we see Denken like tasked to beat him. So yeah, Mott, I guess he destroyed Denken's homeland, his wife. He wants to see his wife's grave. But you know, great fun season. Just like the quality stays the same. The formula kind of gets a bit old this season, I'd say. Not really in a bad way, just like we keep traveling north and we kind of save people. We do like 2 things each episode. One is like fight monsters. One is to kind of like do some like random tasks in a village. And then we get a bunch of Himmel flashbacks on top of those. I can see how the story kind of gets a bit repetitive. But yeah, despite that, I enjoyed it a lot. You know, the vibes in the party, it's like so chill. There's like everyone being nonchalant, fighting monsters and demons. And yeah, I love how once we went to the northern lands, just like the difficulty went up like significantly. We can see it instantly, but yeah, all the monsters just got so much harder. The fights are more prolonged. Frieren also kind of teaching her party members to like kind of fend for themselves as well. So a lot of like cool moments this season, and you know, insane animation, great quality. Also after that we have Oshinoko. So this is episode 11, season 3 finale. We also have like an hour-long finale here. It was sick. So much shit happened in this episode. I was just like captivated how much stuff they can like fit in. Just like so many character moments. We see just like, you know, backstories of her past. We also see Aqua just like, you know, figuring shit out as well himself. And then he finally was able to tell Ruby that he's the doctor. So yeah, there's some like funny incest moments because yeah, you know, Ruby's at like a low point right now. She's kind of breaking with all this like acting, studying, and just like working hard. So she wants to like compare herself to her mother. Wants to do all of this, be like a perfect actress idol. We also see her old mom in the past. She also has her own family. So yeah, we get some backstory there on how she kind of like stopped visiting Sarina like in the past because it was just like breaking her, and at her just like being lonely. The only one she had was I and the doctor. So basically Aqua admits he's the doctor. Ruby just like falls for him, and now there's like hugging. She's drinking his juice, and there's like super close. Kana is mad at this. We see Miyako as well, her backstory. We finally get it. It shows us how she kind of like started off in Tokyo as like a model, but she didn't really make it in the entertainment industry. And yeah, as she got older, even though like she's so experienced, she just couldn't compete with like the younger people. So she kind of like acknowledges like the dark side of the entertainment industry. How like, you know, people don't need you as you get older, and then like a lot of people just like take advantage of you when you're weakened. But then that's when Ichigo shows up. So he recruits Miyako, kind of saves her from like being hit on by this dude, and now she's doing like management backstage stuff. So she's been like a great character, just like working hard as like a manager here. But yeah, now Ichigo also shows up. Apparently Aqua like told him to go to this bar that Miyako was in, and then she just chases after him because yeah, she's like tired and desperate. And then he rejoins the talent agency. So I guess it frees up some of Miyako's workload. He just is like working so hard, struggling, but yeah, now Ichigo's able to like kind of efficiently do stuff. So it looks like we're resolving a lot of plot threads. Ruby is now in love with Aqua, so there's like like a lot of creepy but funny moments with her. And then finally we end the episode as well with such a funny moment. So the little kid God also shows up here. He's always just like following Aqua, trolling him. I thought she was just like a Grim Reaper or something. And then Aqua recruits her. He's like, we need some child actresses for our movie. And we need some that are able to talk like you, because she's able to give like long monologues. He gets so confused and we end the season there. So again, such a jam-packed episode. Like I appreciate the quality they put in for Oshinoko every season. The colors, the characters, animation, directing, just like so good. Like this season 3 I thought was like a high point as well. I thought season 2 was really good story-wise with the stage play. But here with the movie, everyone like turning evil, Ruby and Aqua, and their character moments, like I thought like it hit very hard. Like great like kind of horror directing during some scenes. And yeah, I thought the drama was good, story progression is great, and a lot of like funny moments with all these characters. And yeah, I guess there's some incest on the menu for season 4. And we also got some more finales here. Hell's Paradise season 2 wrapped up. We have 12 episodes. What a great season. Just like every fight was so exciting, very good choreography, hype moments. Here is like no exception. So yeah, we beat all the Tencent pretty much. Everyone's kind of rested, a bit healed up. But yeah, now the ninjas are here. Same with the other Simon executioners. So yeah, the main one is Shugen. This dude wearing his black robes. He's like so mad. Everyone else, they have orders. So yeah, they pretty much want to kill Gabimaru. That's like their first order. We see there's like this female Gabimaru as well. She's actually in love with him. So yeah, like a new ninja character here. They'll probably face off. But besides that, I think the big deal is that like since all the party members have gotten along, the executioners are like, no, we gotta kill them, they're criminals, mass murderers, stuff like that. So yeah, you know, nobody wants to do that, so they fight back against all the other kind of executioners. So yeah, more fights are happening also in this island, just like more of the doshi, more of the soldiers are coming in to fight. So yeah, all the ninjas are there as fodder, but there's pretty much a war in this temple area as everyone's kind of rushing to the boat area to leave. There's also the Tencent that we thought Nurugai and Shion killed. Yeah, he's actually alive, and then he merges with this sacred tree. It's like a new lore dump they gave us, but yeah, there's like this magic tree here, and it's kind of like used to absorb energy, but yeah, it absorbs the kind of body of the Tencent. So yeah, this like yellow orange hair dude, now he transforms into like a giant plant monster in the middle of the village. So yeah, basically a lot of chaos as the doshi and the ninjas are squaring off, and all the other characters got to fight their own executioner. It's not looking good for some of them. Like Shugen, he seems to be able to kill people. So yeah, I feel like some people might die here, but yeah, we'll see how things go. But yeah, I like this season, just like really good storytelling with the fights, and then, you know, also characters bonding. It felt really wholesome. We did get a lot of lore dumps on the power system. Again, I'm not a huge fan of the power system, but it is there. It just seems like they're overcomplicating something that's just like, you know, simple, just like energy, spirit energy. But besides that, you know, they use it pretty well. Like each character kind of uses it slightly differently. Gabimar with the ninja magic, Sagiri with her middle way, and all the other guys going through like, you know, power-ups and transformations. So basically, yeah, a lot of new characters here, more villains because we beat the Tencent. Now we have to fight like other humans, executioners, ninjas. It's gonna be hectic. But basically, again, this season I was just so surprised how good the quality was. I did like season 1 even though there were complaints, but yeah, this season 2, like it's just insane the amount of quality Mappa put out here. I guess the schedule was like a lot healthier, but yeah, you know, the vibes on this island stay the same, just like great action, great comedy, openings and endings are bangers. So yeah, great kind of like, you know, darker shonen story with like a lot of like fun, hopeful moments with our main characters. Also, after that, we have Journal with Witch. So episode 13, it wrapped up the finale. What a great story. It's just like wholesome, comfy. It seems like a bit open-ended because there's like a lot of character stories that we haven't like discovered fully. So I guess, you know, read the source material if you want to know more. I definitely might check out the manga because yeah, you know, I love this season. It's like a good grounded story with like kind of relatable characters. They are going through problems that seem maybe trivial in the grand scheme of things, but the way it was like kind of portrayed in the show, each character may be struggling at different changes in their lifestyle. Like Makio, she was used to like living by herself, and now she's like getting close to Asa. So yeah, her time with Asa in this season was just like a growing experience for both of them. Asa herself, you know, she went through like a, you know, big tragic circumstance in her life, her parents dying, and then she early on didn't really know how to deal with it. But yeah, here, even after like reading the journal with her mom, that kind of like gave her a bit of closure, allowed her to kind of continue living her life. She joined the music club and, you know, just like living life as a high school girl, making friends. This last episode, she's like preparing to sing with the band club. So yeah, she has like a lot of nerves, but then Makio kind of like tells her mindset on, if you want to be like me, you can like sing for yourself, not for others. You can numb everything around you. So yeah, you have more confidence. You don't really care about the haters. But then Makio says not to do that because it might make you lonely, just like living for yourself. So yeah, interesting mindset there. We also see her talking to Chio because yeah, she was kind of cutting school because her dream of being a doctor. She saw some of the med schools idols were like, you know, doing gender discrimination. That just like made her lose purpose in life. But then Asa is kind of like inspiring her again. She's like, yo, listen to my song. And yeah, you know, just like wholesome friendship dynamic there. Everything seems to be going well. Again, there's like open plot threads, like Asa's friend Emily, she's lesbian. She didn't share that with Asa, so she might in the future. I loved how Asa's concert here, she was singing the opening song. So yeah, good job by the voice actress. And you know, just like a fun, good concept this season. Really high quality, kind of like coming of age story. So yeah, you know, just exploring the high school life of Asa. Also a lot of like mental issues that Makio is also facing in her adult life. So yeah, you know, this is like Life the anime. So I thought it was like a really well done, high quality story this season. Also after that we have Fire Force. So season 3 part 2 we have episode 12. It's not the finale, we have 13 episodes. So yeah, we'll see how they kind of ended up, but damn, this episode was great. So yeah, basically Shinra, he's like so mad now. He saw Obi die. He's like demon form. He's gonna kill Hamea, but we can't let him be corrupted. He's the hero. So yeah, like the fact that he went berserk meant that there's like the entire earth just turned into black flames. Everyone is dead. So then Arthur is there. He's in space. His body just like grows back. He has Excalibur. I guess that heals him. This is the Soul Eater Excalibur as well. There's so many Soul Eater references in this episode. So is it an homage? Is this just like a prequel? Well, I guess we'll see next episode. But basically Arthur, he kind of like yells at Shinra, does like this big space slash onto Earth to kind of like jog his memory back. And yeah, he kind of like lets Shinra calm down a bit, tells him that you have to keep looking forward, be the hero. So Arthur's able to get Shinra back to normal. They still like are outmatched against Hamea, but then Shinra's mom shows up, her demon form. It was super emotional to see her and her sons just like together here. But then we also see something important, like she didn't die. She's actually a doppelganger herself. She's a doppelganger of the evangelist. So she's like the opposite. So if the evangelist is like despair, like the god of despair, the mom is hope. So yeah, Shinra does soul resonance on his mom, himself, and Sho, his brother. And they combine all the like positive aspects of them, like the hero, the angel, and hope. They turn into Shinra Bansho Man. Sorry, this is Shinra's final form, just like god form. It's so insane. It was like, it's so goofy and fun though. He's just like having fun with it, just like doing his like kind of rock symbol. And yeah, Hamea's just like crying. She's like, what are you doing? How can you like resist me? Humans want to die. But yeah, Shinra's like the opposite. He's just like all positive. So basically he's taking all of Hamea's attacks and energy and he's converting it into just like life. She's just throwing like despair balls and like, you know, dead people's souls. He just turns that into like flowers and nature, and then he's just like covering all the fire with just like life. Hamea keeps crying. She also merges with the evangelist herself. I guess she's like a soul eater Kishin here. But yeah, she's just like mad at Shinra because like stuff is just gonna end up the same way. People are still gonna despair. Hamea's gonna be sad. And then, you know, humans want to die. So yeah, even though Shinra's restarting the world, it doesn't really change anything, I guess. So Hamea's just like throwing like huge energy balls at Shinra, just like filled with despair. And then basically he just like rebuilds civilization. He's thinking the best way to do it. It looks like he does it off screen. Like he's able to think, and then he pauses time and then tries like a lot of methods that we don't know about. I guess they'll explain in next episode. But basically all the characters are alive again. So everyone that died throughout the seasons, like since season 1, we see like all these dead characters, even evangelists, like they're here, like civilians as well. So everyone's back alive. It's like pretty hopeful. And like a lot of them are just like, you know, funny cartoon form. But then Sho and Hamea both are like kind of concerned still. I love how Sho and his mom, they're just like inside his head and then they're all just like talking to each other. But basically there's still an issue where yeah, things might repeat the same way. Like people might still despair. So yeah, Shinra smiles as we get a cliffhanger. How is he gonna, you know, solve all the problems of the world? But insane kind of developments on his fight with him and Hamea. It did end kind of like peacefully and fun, but at the same time, you know, Hamea is still crying. We have to stop her from crying. So we'll see what they got in store for us next week as, you know, Fire Force finally wraps up. There's also Fate Strange Fake, so we have episode 13, it wrapped up. A decent kind of unique new Fate story. I thought, you know, like the action was so good. It's like the highlight. This episode 13, we get some like other story here. We see like Fate Zero flashbacks where Francesca is kind of showing it to Ayaka and Leonhardt, talking about how like the other people, they want to destroy the Holy Grail War. So that seems to be something that they want to do here as well. We'll see, because like the war kind of goes on, I guess. I assume there's gonna be a second season. Maybe we have to wait because this season took a long time to come out. But basically, yeah, everyone's still trapped in the alternate dimension. The vampire dude's just like wreaking havoc. But then the little girl, she realizes she created this, so she has to end this. All these monsters are here just like fighting people. So she actually uses her command seals to kind of like destroy this world. And then in turn, like that'll also destroy her. Like she uses 2 seals for this. Her parents are still here, so they're like kind of shocked. But then they don't really care because like they want to use her because she still has the 3rd command seal. So the little daughter, I guess she's like still in a coma in the hospital. And I guess she's still part of the Holy Grail War. So yeah, we'll see. But, you know, kind of cute, sad moment. And I guess this this was like their kind of main way of escape. It's either kill the girl or have her kind of end the simulation herself. But basically, Watcher kind of kills her parents because he's also like a experimented child, so he sees the trauma that these parents are putting to the daughters. So yeah, he kills them. That was kind of funny. Also, yeah, we have a death in the Holy Grail War. We see Jack the Ripper's master die. I think his name is Flat. So he was tied to Ayaka and he gets sniped. So yeah, I guess someone had to die. I think in his case, like Jack the Ripper lost his powers anyway, or he got like severely nerfed by Alcides. So yeah, I guess they just killed him. But basically, we end the episode there. One more shocking moment. And yeah, again, this was a great quality season where they don't really explain too much. It's just like a lot of like hype moments or characters talking, giving like monologues, but it's not really like relevant to the world. So yeah, I wasn't really a big fan of the story, but I like the extension to the Fate universe. So again, another like really good quality show this season. We had a lot of them. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the shows this week. There's like some other stuff that finished up. There's Chain Soldier. We had a mirror reward this episode, so yeah, I like that. And it looks like things are gonna escalate. There's like other commanders here. They're like having a meeting to like discuss how to fight the Thunder Gods, and the Thunder Gods are also having their own meetings. So there might be some more battles in the future, maybe some more other rewards. But this season, we hung out with a lot of commanders. Yuki's power increased. We saw different forms, and yeah, more battles. And yeah, Passion, you know, upping the animations. So yeah, the quality looks slightly better as well. We have My Hero Vigilantes this season, you know, wrapping up with All Might. So yeah, you know, season 2 was fun. I know All Might is like kind of like the Superman of the verse, but damn, like he caught the like falling sky egg, just like caught it horizontally, so yeah, no one really got injured and just like landed on the ground. That was hype. And also Knuckle Duster, just like a cool fight scene here to end it off with, where he's fighting the Flash guy. So yeah, there's 13 episodes. I didn't watch the last one yet, it didn't come out, but basically just like a good continuation. Season 2 is a mix of like, you know, fun, idle, extracurricular activities as well as, you know, hero fights. So a decent kind of like extension on the world, I guess. Some other stuff, Kaya-chan isn't scary wrapped up. It was cute. A good kind of like hopeful ending where, you know, it was still like kind of child kid friendly. I guess there's like horror moments, but then since our main character is a 5-year-old, she was able to major spoilers by the way, but yeah, she was able to kind of talk to her mother, keep the promise that she was going to take care of the baby instead of like shying away from the baby. So yeah, you know, this episode's pretty much Kaya not being scared, and you know, we had a happy ending there. So yeah, I love this story. Just like cute anime girls and horror. I loved it in Miraku-chan. I liked it in Dark Gathering, and Kai-chan's story is also like really good. Their C1I are polar opposites. It's also wrapped up. I think it had the highest quality this season of all the romance shows, but story I felt like was kind of too basic. Just like each character is like very tropey. It's like Horimiya, where there's like a big friend group and all of them have their mini romance subplot, but yeah, the main two couple, it also like mainly revolves around them. I think the issue is just like, you know, the concept. Like Tani is like so boring, so it's just like so hard for me to get into Suzuki kind of having a meaningful relationship. Like they just aren't not able to talk. I don't know, but yeah, I also like how some characters, even though they are tropey, they have a little bit of complexity in their personality. Like some people, even the main character Suzuki, she has to kind of rest sometimes because she gets overwhelmed herself. There's other characters like dealing with, you know, random high school insecurity and flaws. So yeah, you know, just like a comfy, good quality romance show this season. But yeah, if you're expecting something new with the story, you're just getting the formula with like a bubbly, colorful, extroverted girl and kind of like a grounded, black-haired main dude character. But I think it's even worse here because the main dude love interest Tani, he's just like super boring. Even though yeah, that is the concept of the show, he's supposed to be like the opposite. It's just kind of hard to like get invested into this relationship. Some other stuff wrapped up. Tojima wants to be a Kamen Rider. I think this anime has no bad episode. Like this whole second half, this arc, just like every fight, new characters get introduced is just so exciting. And yeah, we wrap up with like, you know, all the Kamen Riders here, just like Tojima the main dude, all kind of facing off against Batman, and then Tojima the main dude just like transforming into like a Kamen Rider. He doesn't give up, and yeah, they beat the guy. So yeah, there's like still monsters in this world, but yeah, I guess the characters are continuing their fight. Yeah, just like really good quality this season, and yeah, such a funny, consistent concept. And yeah, that's it for the shows this season. Thank you for watching. I'll have a tier list maybe this week as well. So yeah, winter's finally over. Spring season, we got ReZero coming up as well. It's gonna be cool. I'm looking forward to Witch Hat Atelier. This one has a lot of hype behind it, but just like a comfy, classic, like magical fantasy show. That's probably gonna be a fun show season. I'll see you there. Yeah, thank you for watching. Peace.